friends, we may not be aware of it, but he always indulges in pre-match jibes at his opponents. Since his native language is not English, often it does not get noticed since there's a lot lost in translation, especially when the translation is done by Ermes himself. You may not remember, but Ermes was the first one to start the trash talk prior to his match against Levon. Levon was not the one. I'm sorry, the match against Devon. Ermes had done the same thing before his match with Jerry. He had really blasted Jerry in the build up to the match. In fact, he had called him names and distorted his name to sound to match with an Italian word which meant something really bad. And his trash talk did work out in the case of Jerry. He completely trashed him on the table. However, with Devon, it was a completely different story. Now, prior to his match with Michael Todd, Ermes has been calling out Michael frequently, often ridiculing him on the videos Michael uploads on setting up repeated personal records with his lifts. In his recent video, Ermes pointed out to Michael that all his lifts were erroneous and he advised Michael on how to do it with the correct form and then go for the records. First, correct your form and then boast on them. He even said, with your form, I will be able to lift 300 pounds, way more than you do. Ermes on this occasion was certainly referring to the pronation lifts of Michael. When asked about his preparation for the match, Ermes said that he had started using heavy weights in his training only around a month back. Before that, he was only training with light weights since he was recovering from an injury. And he said that he was at 127 kilos at present and he hopes to get around the 130 plus mark by the time the match day arrives. Ermes feels his hand strength is far superior to that of Michael, though the bone locking capability of Michael is second to none. And that is indeed a cause for worry for Ermes. He said he needs to find a way to overcome that. As far as hand strength is concerned, taking the hand of the opponent is concerned, Ermes feels he is much stronger than Michael. And on top of that, Michael is never going to have hand control during their match. And the possibility of his pressing down Michael looms large. We have seen the capacity of Ermes in pressing down his opponent in the Levon match. Ermes also raised objection about the referees not fouling out Michael when his shoulders dropped below the table. In fact, Michael was just fouled once, and that was long back in his match with Kirillsarychev Ongarbayev, which Michael had lost. However, after that, he has never pulled again. He has never been fouled again in the East versus West tournaments for shoulder fouls, shoulders going below the table, despite his having committed the foul quite a few number of times. One question that arises in regard to this is, are the Americans, rather the North Americans in general, being provided with an unfair advantage by engine, since the performance of the North American arm wrestlers, or the West as you may call it, has been nothing short of disappointing since the last 3 years of this tournament. Barring the 4 wins by Devon and the 3 odd recent wins by Michael Todd, it has been Team East all the way. The Europeans, they have not only defeated the West, but actually mauled them completely. So, just to lift up the spirits of Team West, maybe they are allowed some slack by engine. What do you all feel, friends? Let me know in the comments. That is all for now. See you soon in my next video. Bye bye.